Welcome to the Tradies in Business podcast with your hosts Warwick Bidwell and Nicole Cox. Divert your phone and grab a brew as Waz and Nick unpack tips, tales, secrets and stuff-ups from guests both inside and outside your trade, helping educate and inspire you to break the cycle of gut-busting and money stress and create a true trade business.
What are we doing?
I don't know what we're doing, Nicole, but I pressed record, so we better do something.
Hello, listeners. How are you today? We almost forgot to record a podcast. We're back into this daily, well, during the week anyway, 5 days a week podcast recording. And I must admit, this morning we got a little busy. I was a little stressed, wasn't I?
Well, yes. And, we've just been recording some videos for... can I talk about it, Nick?
Yes, of course you can.
Yay! We're putting together a first aid kit.
Woohoo!
And I always think of the I think they're Swedish or something, Nordic singers. A bunch of women love their music. First aid kit. They're really cool. Go check them out. Anyway, segue. I should get some royalties for that plug. But we've been putting together a first aid kit for you, trade business owners and small business owners in general. To be honest, this stuff is universally applicable. That was a tongue twister. So there'll be a bunch of quick videos, some worksheets, some tools in there, just to help you with the materials shortage or materials price increases, the labor shortage or labor rate increases or lockdown or all of the above. It's like the perfect storm.
Isn't it?
We basically want to help you almost, can I say, capitalize or make the most of what's going on and just like scratch a bit of a hole in the rock and find an opportunity in there somewhere. Sometimes it's really hard to find. And for some of you, this time is particularly tough. We know this is not necessarily going to be an opportunity for you. So we just really want to help you get through this time because it will change. Things will change. When, who knows? They will change. These sorts of things do unfold very quickly, Coxie. So, yes, I literally pressed record, and as you can tell, I'm just waffling. It's
a special skill that you have.
I'm almost offended, Nicole, except it's you, so I'm not.
Thank you. That's kind. I don't. Once upon a time, we were referred to each other as work wife and work husband. Now it's like work brother and work sister. I think we've reached that sledging stage of our relationship.
There's a bit of arm pinching and hair pulling,
nipple cripples.
Hopefully, anyway.
No, I'm giving yes. Anyway, I wanted to say refer back to yesterday's podcast episode with Adrian, and it's a great example of how when time changes, if you're prepared, you're ready to go. And a big part of the first aid kit is allowing you as a business owner to get prepared for when things change, and also to have that understanding of what it actually truly looks like right now, because I think that we can become so overwhelmed by what's going on. It's a lot of work to apply for benefits where we can from the government to help us through this time. It's a lot of work to negotiate new deals or find new staff or figure out what to do about the materials that aren't coming for another 3 months. Like all of that stuff becomes all consuming, and therefore we forget to take a snapshot of where we are right now. And a big part of this free little course that we've put together is helping you understand exactly where you're at and then plan for a successful coming out party at the end of whatever is going on for you and your business. And as Warwick said, this is universal. It can be used for every small business. And we do have quite a lot of tradie wives that have their own businesses as well. So there's certainly worth jumping on board for. We'll bring you more details about that in the next day or two. Hoping to have it out and live before the end of the week. There's some pressure for you, Warwick.
Thanks, Nicole. I'm looking at our calendar wondering how we're going to make that happen.
I don't know, but we will.
Well, I was stoked. We ran a webinar last night, a free webinar on how to cut your quoting time in half, which at the moment probably seems a bit naff because your quoting time's been cut by 100%. And I was really, really impressed to see, well, almost 100 people registered for that webinar, and we had fantastic turnout rate as well. Most of them coming from lockdown areas.
That's right.
Who were essentially taking the approach of, well, you know what? I can't go and quote. I can't go out and do jobs. I'm going to start ticking the things off that I wish I had time for.
Mm.
And it's tough. Nicole and I are obviously very fortunate that we can continue to do what we do, even through lockdowns. We're pretty much hermits anyway and never leave the house, even when you're all out there in the sunshine. We're just in our dungeons doing video sessions and content creation. And it is an opportunity amidst the crap. So many people we've spoken to over the years in business say things like, oh, if only I had a week or two where I could just sit down and get through all of this stuff. If I could just get my sales process done, if I could just work out my quoting spreadsheet, that would save me so much time in future. And so, as crap as it seems, and as heartless as I may sound saying this, maybe this is the universe or God or whoever you want to refer to. Maybe this is an opportunity that's been delivered to you with a week or two or maybe 3 where you actually have the opportunity, screaming kids aside, to sit down and work through some of those wish list things so that your business is better placed when things do open up, because they will. They have to. The politicians, while I'm fairly critical of their decision-making at the moment, the reality is the country needs to actually get back online or we're all stuffed.
And I don't think that we've pointed out just yet, sorry, is that we had an awesome conversation last week with representatives from master builders, master plumbers, master electricians and HIA, and all of them are working collectively together for us as trade business owners, really hard behind the scenes to try and get things changed, whether it be, making some changes to contracts, etc., to help with the materials and labour shortages, whether it be to push for us to get this situation back open as soon as possible. I'm telling you, they are putting the pressure on like nothing I've ever seen before. I've not seen them work collectively as a whole the way that they have, both last year and this year. It is terribly impressive. And I'm sure that that's got to bring some comfort to you sitting in lockdown at the moment. If you are South Australia and Greater Sydney region, knowing that there are so many people that are working for you guys to try and get you back out on site as soon as possible, I hope brings you a little bit of comfort, because they really are going above and beyond to try and find a solution here for us all.
So I guess today's ep is really just dropping in, saying g'day, hope you're still doing all right. We're a few days in for Sydney and probably, first day, I think it is, for South Australia.
Yep.
Victoria's had theirs extended. They've got different conditions, but, there's still a lot of confusion around who can and can't attend site, and there's a lot of restrictions in place. So perhaps sit down, take 10 minutes to jot down that wish list of things that you wished you'd had time for in the last 5 or 10 years in your business that you just don't seem to get around to. And maybe it's an opportunity to prioritize those and, jump in the group, Tradies in Business, or, if you're a premium member, if you're a tradiepreneur, this is an opportunity for you to get some of your homework done and catch up on some of the things in your 90-day plan that you're supposed to have done. But you're telling us you're too busy because you're getting smashed with work. Well, that excuse has been taken off the table now. So our attitude is our choice. And, I'd really encourage you to turn this crap situation into a little less crap by grabbing something and taking control of it and getting it done.
It's a great word you use, control. There's a whole bunch here that we can control if we make that choice. And look, guys, can I just say we totally get those first few days that are really bumpy and we're all feeling a little panicky. As you start to come out of that panic, now's the time to start to prioritize, well, what can I actually do to make a difference to my business moving forward?
Yeah, steel yourself.
Absolute. Thanks for listening. Don't forget to reach out if you need a chat.
Take care.
You've been listening to the Tradies in Business podcast with Warwick Bidwell and Nicole Cox. Find out more about today's guest, tools for your trade business and other cool stuff at tradiesinbusiness.com.au.